And who is the best choice to serve our people as senator, congressman, or local official? The Movement for Good Government conducted a mock poll to find out which of the candidates for the Senate deserve our vote. What is their criteria for making the choices? Joining us tonight on NewsLife on the line is former Finance Secretary Roberto de Ocampo, one of the conveners of the Movement for Good Government. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, and my greetings to your listeners.
So why did you conduct the mock polls, and those who participated in the voting, which sectors did they represent?
Well, the cross-section of the sectors of the voting public. So this is not the first time I think this has been done, but it is an important exercise in order that, first of all, people will be able to judge candidates objectively, and second of all, to be able to introduce a method by which they can do that thoughtfully.
So how many participated in the voting?
I don't remember. I didn't count.
Okay. Sir, all of the candidates were assessed for their qualifications. What qualities did your group look for in each candidate?
Well, there were a number of criteria, the most important ones being ethical and empowerment, meaning to say, the conduct of their position. Kasi ang tinignan namin dito yung mga run for senators in particular, yung mga bumabalik sa Senado, saka yung mga congressmen na ngayon tumatakbo upang maging senador. Tinitignan namin kung anong record nila in terms of what kind of
Sir,
yes.
Sir, it's choppy.
Hello?
Sir, come again, sir. Sir, the line is
yes,
choppy.
And also yung ethics. So yung ginawa nilang mga trabaho sa legislation, to what extent ito ay nakatulong sa ating ekonomiya at sa mga ating mamamayan, and yung ethics naman, to what extent yung kanilang judgment and lifestyle, etc. Are respectable.
Sir, briefly, could you just tell us what came out in the results of the mock polls?
Well, I didn't stay long enough to see the results, And ang lumalabas during the first results is probably the most the biggest issue in the minds of many of those that joined the mock poll is dynasty. At nakita natin sa lineup ng ating mga kandidato, madaming dynasty. And many were looking at the fact that probably these elections this year has the largest number of candidates who have links to dynasty. Kaya sa palagay ko, ang nangyari dun sa first vote is that the people that were not linked to dynasty were much more ahead than those that were, and that was even more pronounced, it seems, during the second and final vote.
Sir, now looking at this issue of political dynasty, some of the candidates, father, their sister, or brother, who are incumbents in the Senate, if all of them are elected, the Senate will have 3 dynasties. Is this good for the Senate?
It's not good for the country. Because of course, ang tanong natin, yun na lang ba ang pwede nating mga kandidato? Ang dami-dami natin marurunong na Pilipino, pamilya na lang ba palagi, And of course, there is always the discomfort that people that are in family will maybe think more. We will have a conflict, so to speak, between what is good for their family and what is good for the country, and that is not good for democracy as a whole.
So we're now less than a month to election day. What is the view of your group of the candidates running for the Senate? Some sectors are saying they are not the best. Do you agree?
Well, ang site ng MGG was benchmarking, And some people commented that if you're thinking benchmarking, then if you're looking for really good candidates, your benchmark will be the likes of Jose W. Diokno, Claro M. Recto, Raul Manglapos, Manuel Pelaez, Lorenzo Tañada, and hirap na hirap yung mga voters to find, to complete a list of 12 who have the same kind of distance from dynasty, the same kind of brilliance and respectability that those have. So, nagiging masyadong popularity contest. So I think at least for that benchmarking exercise, the emphasis was on looking for people with conviction, looking for people who can defend the public interest on their own, and looking for people whom we can respect the way we used to respect the senators I just mentioned.
So now looking at the benchmark that your group is using, and also based on the advocacy of the movement for good government, is the Senate living up to the expectations of our people?
Well, most of the opinions seem to be going the other way, okay? That the Senate is not the same quality that it used to be, and with the dynastyism becoming even more pronounced, it could even get worse. So most of the conclusions of the people that participated is basically, if the politicians are sending the citizens a message that they're going to proceed with dynasty come hell or high water, then siguro it's high time for the electorate to send the message to politicians that they've had enough of dynastyism and reflect that opinion during the elections.
Sir, in a final word, your advice to the voting public?
My advice would be to think, to look at the names, the qualifications, get a copy, if you can, of the criteria that was used by the benchmarking exercise. Either you can get it from MGCC directly or you can get it from the website. Because if we, kapag inisip nyo, kasi popular, kasi dumaan dito sa aming bayan, that's not the sort of thing, no? O ang kailangan mo dyan, meron kang criteria that has to do with what did this person accomplish? What is his what is his ethics? Ano bang kanyang background? Pogi points lang ba ang kailangan natin dito sa Senado? Or kailangan natin yung mga nakakatulong may galing?
Okay, on that note, thank you very much for joining us tonight on NewsLife. That was former Finance Secretary Roberto de Ocampo, one of the conveners of the Movement for Good Government. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.